Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we getting on? So we're back again with some more Fallout 76 news, and there's a couple of things to cover today. So first things first, the Purveyor is officially now live. It went up this afternoon, so you can, as before, turn your legendary items in at train stations for legendary script, which is the new currency and the only one usable with the Purveyor. And once you've got a load of that, you can head over to Berkeley train stations, just south of Berkeley, and trade that in for legendary items. So the way that works, as was covered last week, is that you head up to the Purveyor. She'll only buy things for legendary script, but you can then pick whether you want an armor piece, a melee weapon, or a ranged weapon, and you can pick the star rating of that weapon. And obviously, the more stars, the more expensive. But it's then a random roll at the time you make the purchase as to what particular effects you get, and which type of item you get as well. Just because you pick a gun doesn't mean you're going to get the one you want. Just because you've picked 3 stars doesn't mean you're going to get 3 great legendary effects. So I realise this is a bit of a bugbear for some people, but my guess as to why Bethesda have done this is because obviously legendary gear is the most powerful and valuable in the game, and just allowing you to pick whatever you want will take away the rewards gained from working for it, and it will also decrease the value of the items overall. So swings and roundabouts. Personally, I think what my approach is going to be is to sell off all the worst legendaries I've got for scrip, the 1 stars and the like, and just sell the half-decent or decent 3-star items for caps through player vending. So ultimately, you get more for them, and I think people will be more inclined to go that way if they've got something specific that they're after. You've got a better chance of getting the specific set of results you want. Unfortunately, however, you can only see one of the legendary effects on a particular item, so that's a little frustrating at the moment. Hopefully Bethesda will be working on that soon, and you'll be able to properly inspect things, but we'll have to see. But if that's the road they go down, which they may not given the Purveyor is here, then I suspect people will be buying specific items through player vending and just trading in the stuff they don't really want to take the chance on getting something better. I think is the way I'm going to go for it. And then again, if you don't get something better, well, maybe it'd be useful to somebody else and you can sell it through player vending. So I think that's probably going to be the ultimate dynamic with the Purveyor, but she's nonetheless live as of today, so that's cool news. So the other big piece of news through the Inside the Vault blog post that Bethesda put up today is the new event, which is Project Paradise. We've got a really nice picture here. I like this a lot. Project Paradise event preview. So those of you who saw Bethesda's PAX panel at PAX East a few weeks ago will know that they were talking about the Arktos Lab location, a new event that was coming up, and this is it. It's the last major feature for Wild Appalachia. So it'll be a few weeks yet, but Nuclear Winter is not far away now, the whole new next set of updates, which I'm very, very interested to see. But for the moment, Project Paradise. This week we're taking you beneath Arktos Pharma. It's a new underground location. Players will dive into the latest event for Fallout 76, Project Paradise, which you can sink your teeth into starting next week on Tuesday, May 21st. That same day, we're also planning to release patch 9.5 that will contain a number of fixes for bugs that have surfaced in recent patches. To be straight up about that, there have been a few that have arrived with the recent patches, along with all the good stuff. Thanks for all of your valuable feedback that has allowed us to squash these bugs like red roaches, with hopefully a super sledge. All goes according to plan. So, Project Paradise, a hidden oasis, and that looks very, very cool. Chris Mayer, I believe it was, on the panel, was saying that this is by far and away his favourite of the recent additions and an amazing piece of level design. And just basing it off that one picture there, looks like he could have a point. This looks really cool. So we'll have to see how it actually turns out once we get hold of it, but it's looking cool. So beneath the Arktos Pharma building lies one of the company's most closely guarded secrets. Only more, apparently. A sprawling subterranean research facility made up of 3 cavernous labs. Each of these labs feature their own biomes, which created opportunities to perform experiments on a wide variety of flora and fauna. Safely hidden deep underground, this fully automated facility remained safe when the bombs dropped on October 23rd, 2077. Research continued despite the destruction on the surface, and even now the bots who reside within the depths, work tirelessly to carry out the company's directives. Cool. So it'll be an interesting bit of lore to this as well, hopefully. How to start the Project Paradise event. Important information. You can join Project Paradise by making your way to Arktos Pharma in the forest region of Appalachia. It's pretty much smack in the middle. Head into the building's lobby and access the elevator on the right to descend into the labs. Alternatively, if the event is already active, you can join it immediately from your map by selecting the Project Paradise event marker. It looks like it's going to function much the same way as most other events do. Interesting to know. It's probably going to fall into a similar category to the encrypted event. It's only going to work when it's actually running. What I'm curious to find out is whether or not you can self-trigger it like you can with encrypted, and hopefully at a lower cost. I'll get my words out properly. But we'll have to see on Tuesday when that actually goes live. During the event, you'll get hands-on experience performing product testing with some of the fauna that inhabit the biome labs. Inhabit even, not inhibit. These overgrown environments contain many types of wildlife, and few of these creatures could be considered the cutest or cuddliest test subjects in Appalachia. Stay on your guard, because once the trials begin, their reactions can make for deadly results. While some of the creatures prove docile or even friendly, others will quickly find their claws. Big picture of a death claw down there, which is quite cool. And ominous. Even though it's located in the forest, Project Paradise will be daunting for dwellers who arrive fresh from the vault. You will encounter enemies who are level 50 and above, and all 3 biomes will require your attention, so even veteran adventurers will find it beneficial to form a group before taking on this event. Those who manage to successfully aid Arktos Pharma in continuing the experiment will be rewarded with some new loot and XP. So hopefully that means unique items, fingers crossed. Yeah, level 50 and above enemies, which is not particularly an informative statement. With the burrows and the slight issues around that, was supposedly aimed at 2 or more level 50 or more characters, but you could basically stroll through it solo. So level 50 and above means it's going to be relatively hard content, but it doesn't really answer the question of whether or not it's soloable or just how suited it is for a group. On the other hand, if it's from the sound of this, you'll have to do multiple things at once, complete multiple objectives that are running concurrently. So if that's the case, then being in multiple places at the same time could be a bit more challenging if you're soloing it. We'll give it a go and find out. Just watch out for the streams, because doubtless we'll be covering that one early next week. Well, middle of next week actually it'll be. Yeah, interesting location. Very much looking forward to finding out more about this. It should be very cool. Judging by the pictures, it looks like it's going to be pretty awesome. So, what's next for Inside the Vault? Over the past few months, we've had a lot of fun sharing previews of upcoming game content and patch highlights inside the Vault, especially during our recent Wild Appalachia releases. We're going to continue using Inside the Vault as a space for these things, but we'd like to expand on the types of content we include in these articles going forward. To do this, we'd like to know what you want to see from them in the future, so pass it on. Perhaps you'd like to learn more about the developers behind Fallout 76 and the work they do to support the game, get some additional insight into existing game features, or maybe something else entirely. I'll be interested to see where that goes. Head to the official forums to let us know what Fallout 76 related topics you'd be most interested in reading about in future editions of Inside the Vault. And there's a link down there to last week's post on the Purveyor. Basically already covered. Yeah, big new area, looks really cool, new event. Really like this first picture of it actually, it looks really, really cool. So fingers crossed this will live up to the hype. Good indication so far, I think that. Yeah, very cool. I think it'll be relatively quiet on the news front over the next few weeks, largely because it'll just be the downtime between the 2 major content beats. So, Nuclear Winter's not for a few more weeks, probably middle to end of June, I would guess, before we start hearing much more about that. Means the next few weeks will be a bit quiet, but we'll see what happens. For now, I do hope you found that useful and informative. If you did, do hit those buttons for me, it's always very, very much appreciated. Social media links down below as well if you'd like to keep up to date with everything I'm doing on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff. And do stop by and catch one of the live streams as well. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will be speaking to you all very, very soon.